See this old man here? Was crossing a very busy road, tripped and collapsed. If someone is injured, the other party involved in the scuffle or incident that led to that injury will be held liable by law and forced to pay heavy medical bills and compensation, sometimes for years to come. And the Chinese Communist government has made being a good Samaritan almost impossible, since the government courts have in very famous court cases sided with obvious scammers. Do you see what I mean by it's easy to explain but difficult to understand? I can guarantee that you, and perhaps the majority of my audience watching this video right now, would have either helped the old man or at least called an ambulance and waited with the old guy until they arrived, right? In China, however, the bad governance of the CCP has caused a sickness in society, a cowardly unwillingness to help those in need. And don't try to blame it on the bystander effect. This is way beyond that. This is a uniquely mainland Chinese societal problem. I've seen it countless times with my own eyes, and I've often stepped in to help. Now, it's not that the people of China don't want to help each other. They're just shit scared of doing so. I have a great example. I was walking through the Luohu train station in Shenzhen, where I used to live, and an old guy trying to carry a very heavy wheelie bag up some stairs lost his footing and fell down. He didn't fall down too far, it was like 1 or 2 steps. So he was some distance away from me, but I immediately rushed over to help. Scores of people passed him by, but as soon as I laid hands on him to pick him up, other members of the public stepped in to help me. You see, I would be the one to take the blame, since I touched him first. So now that initial barrier to helping your fellow Chinese citizen was removed. Plenty of people were suddenly willing to lend a hand. Another instance of this was when I was dating a Chinese girl and we were busy walking back home after eating at a restaurant, and a presumably drunken driver rolled his car right in front of us. He'd taken the corner too fast, hit the sidewalk and flipped the car over onto its roof. I immediately ran over and saw that there was a family inside and started to pull out a young boy that was in the back seat. He's rather bewildered and luckily not injured. The girl I was with, though, tried to physically pull me away and was screaming at me, telling me not to get involved. I could not believe how callous and uncaring she and the rest of the onlookers were. There was a child and a family in need of assistance, and they were all too shit scared to step in and help. This really destroyed a lot of my faith in Chinese society. So, how is this related to people collapsing all over China? Well, it's one and the same. Remember, there's an entire generation of people in China that lack basic education and morals. Remember the grab hags? Yes, they're the ones that will fall over, and if someone tries to help them, will blame the Good Samaritan, saying that it was in fact the Good Samaritan that injured them. And then when taken to court, these grab hags have in the past won compensation from their would-be rescuers, leading to this absolutely disgusting state of affairs in China. Parents now tell their children to never help people in need and to mind their own business at all costs. And this is why people are collapsing, pretending to be injured so that they can win compensation. And that is why the other parties involved collapse too, so that they too can claim to be injured, and hopefully it results in some sort of stalemate that cancels each other out. Stupid, sad, pathetic, and true. But this is the result of the bad governance of mainland China by the Chinese Communist Party. I hope you've learned something today.